G'day champions, fantastic to have you back again. I can't believe it's Friday again already. Crikey, back in your living rooms for another cracking week. Got to thank Robin Van Lysat for my lovely mask here this week too. Thank you, Robin. It's fitting rather well. And I've started with my hat on, but I'm going to take it off this week because I want to give Mrs. Fisher a big clap and a big round of applause. When we were in the first lockdown, she started cutting Mr. Fisher's hair and she put the clippers on and she went, whoa, and I ended up with a great big thing. And then the next minute up here, oh. Then she had a second go, but this time I reckon she's got it right. It's pretty hard to make Mr. Fisher look good because he's pretty old and scungy, but she's done a pretty good job. So Mrs. Fisher, thanks heaps for that ISO haircut. I'm loving it. Righto, today we've got another cracking assembly for you. We've got Mr. Max Mike focusing on our wellbeing program this week. We've got Miss Burkle's wheel, grade 2 information projects. That's special. We got my joke rules again. I tell you what, I had a crack up last week. That was just fantastic, Mark and Isabella. Very, very great job. I love your cartoon images, which was good. We've got a massive student work segment, and Mr. Fisher's just been blown away by all your ISO work again. We've got our sports report. We've got a history of Rosebud Primary School, and this time we've got a special guest coming on to have a bit of history with Mr. Fisher. And now for our birthdays. Happy birthday to Peggy, to Ricky, to Riley, and happy birthday, Sebastian, to Jed, to Tia, to Arthur, good on ya, Artie, Arabella, happy birthday, William, happy birthday, Kai, Nikki, Abby, and Athena Jane. Woohoo! Righto, so happy birthday to you all. Have a wonderful week and a very special birthday. Blow out those candles with a bit of gusto, folks. And we'll see you at the end of assembly.
Okay, welcome to another week of Mr. Max Mike. Thanks to Trav last week at School Council. That was absolutely fantastic looking at what you guys do behind the scenes for us. Now, another section of behind the scenes, and we talk about that car and how the car engine runs. Now, you actually can't run an engine without the oil. And these guys would be the oil that make this car run. So let's go and find out. I'm going to interrupt an important meeting here. Hi guys, can I just butt in for a minute here?
Oh, hey Mr. Mac.
Now I want to find out what's going on in this meeting and find out what you guys are all about. So I guess Mr. Smith, I might start with you on the first question. So my first question for you is, tell me about, because I know this is a PLC, tell me what it is first and how it works.
Well, this is the Wellbeing PLC, at our school, and how we work is we anything wellbeing in the school. There's so many different areas that we cover as teams, and in a moment we're going to go over the 4 areas that we break our team into to try and keep on top of everything.
Yeah, fantastic. So, Spirity, I'm just wondering, the overarching goal of the Wellbeing PLC, can you tell us about that?
So our overarching goal is to make wellbeing equal with maths and English and to embed that within the school.
Fantastic. And what areas do you focus on?
So we have student engagement, which covers everything from clubs, life skills, camps, excursions, wellbeing with the kids at lunchtimes and all those sorts of things, and wellbeing in the community, whole school events. We've got a curriculum team, we've got a student agency voice and leadership team, and we've even got a wellbeing promotion team, Mr. Mack. Now, can I just jump in here, even though I'm already talking? Our wellbeing promotion team are in the process of making some lunch clubs and sports academy billboards. That's right, some lunch clubs and sports academy billboards to go down the bottom of the school to advertise everything we do, and all that stuff makes wellbeing tick in the school.
Yeah, I agree. So I guess on that then, Ms. Brody, why is wellbeing so important?
It's so important because it's all the way through our school. With the Student Voice Agency and Leadership, we've got JSC, and Miss Arnold and I run that at lunchtimes, and we've even got a Google Classroom set up. We have all our curriculum-based wellbeing. It's just Rosebud.
Yeah, I guess some people can get a little bit confused thinking wellbeing is just general wellbeing, but it's a lot more to that. As you've explained, it's a lot more in depth, and looking at all the programs you guys have got, you've really broken it down into so many more areas. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we sort of reassessed at the beginning of this year and we've split it into 4 key areas that we think sort of combine to make wellbeing in this school. And the team we've got in the school of teachers who are part of our wellbeing team are wonderful, and we've got our curriculum queens in Mrs. T.R., Miss D, who just nail that side of things, and we've got a really good balance of people who are really buying in, and we're really excited as wellbeing leaders in our school to really see where we can take this in the next year or so.
Okay, and just to finish off, I'm wondering, can you tell us, Miss Brody, something you do, maybe outside of school, for your own personal wellbeing?
Oh, my own personal wellbeing, I love renovating and building, so that's a good avenue. But I also go to the gym. I actually go to Alien Fitness, which is the local Rosebud one. So it's a good avenue just to relax.
Well done. That along with healthy eating. I know you're a very healthy eater. And Mr. Smith, probably from in relation to your job, what do you do within your day-to-day, I guess, job to keep yourself healthy, fit, and keep the mind healthy?
It's a great question, Mr. Mack. I think over the last year or so, last few years, made a big effort to really make sure you have breaks at certain parts of the day. So if I'm at school and everything's normal, I'm having 15 minutes at a recess, or I'm having half an hour at a lunch, just to make sure I get to take that breath, and because that goes a long way into be able to maintaining the high standard of work I suppose I expect of myself. And then in the same breath, when I jump in the car at the end of the day, work stops and family time starts, and I think that's something that's super important for everybody to separate those two, and goes a long way, along with taking breaks at different times of the day when you need to make sure you're maximising your own health and wellbeing.
Fantastic. And I know both of you work very closely with Mr. B. He's a huge part of our school as well. I'm going to be interviewing him in the next few weeks. These programs certainly marry into each other, so it's a huge part of our school. I just noticed your cups. Did you want to show your cups there? A little bit specific on what cups you guys chose to drink with this morning.
Well,
so anything with that?
Well, part of wellbeing is developing self-confidence, Mr. Mack. So hey, it's got to start somewhere, and why not with a cup of coffee, feeling good about myself in the morning. Hey?
Love that. Well, thank you very much. As I said, this part of the school is the oil that drives this engine. So these two do an amazing job, and they're supported by some wonderful people. So keep an eye out for them, and always think about your well-being.
Hi guys, my name is Riley. This year in grade 2 we have been doing information reports. Today I'm going to show you my information report on paper by Riley 2D. This is my table of contents. This is introduction to paper. This is how it is made. And this is art, so this is my favorite slide. I'm going to read it to you. Origami was introduced to the world about 1,000 years ago. That's crazy, right? There are many things you can do with paper. Origami is known for lots of different combinations like rabbits, swans, dolphins, and lots more. If you try origami, you might like it. If you already do it, you are doing a well-known Japanese thing. You can use paper for drawings and colouring in too. This is different ways paper is used. This is my conclusion, and the last one, not least, my glossary. Bye! Last week in English we did information reports. I did two, one on glass and one on Fabio Wimbar, famous fountain breaker. We had to include a front cover, a table of contents, all the information and a glossary.
Where did you get the information?
I got the information from Google and I liked doing them because I got to write them out in my book first, then type them and print them out. This is my assignment on metal. I used up 6 pages.
I'm sorry, Rosebud. I wanted to tell you.
I did pictures of all the parts and even how it's made.
Hi, I'm Angus. I did an information report about wool. I'm going to read you my favourite page. This is my favourite page. What are some things that are made from wool? Jumpers, beanies, blankets, felt, socks, gloves, scarves, fabric, and teddies.
Hi, my name
And my name is Mark. Welcome to the next installment of
My Joke Rules.
This week we have received over 70 jokes, but we can't use them all in 1 week.
So we will feature jokes from different year levels each week.
This week we'll present jokes from Prep to Grade 2. All the jokes submitted by Grades 3 to 6 will be presented in the coming weeks.
But first let's find out who our very first My Jokes Rule winner is.
Getting 38.3% of the vote last week was Miss Tricky. Let's replay her joke from last week. So after yesterday's dodgy internet I had at home, I moved out to the barn. Now I have stable internet.
Congratulations, Miss Tricky. A virtual trophy will be coming your way. Now let's get back into our jokes for this week.
Joke number 1 from Aurora in Prep. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear.
Joke number 2, Imogen in Prep. Why did the student eat his homework? Because the teacher told him it was a piece of cake.
Joke number 3 from Lorelei in Prep. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
Look, there's an owl.
Joke number 4 from Tyler and Hunter in Grade 1. Why did the tomato blush? Because it saw the salad dressing.
Joke number 5 from Paige in Grade 1. Why is Cinderella bad at soccer? Because she's always running away from the ball.
Joke number 6 from Brody in Grade 1. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Beats.
Beats who?
Beats me.
Joke number 7 from Luca in Grade 2. What did the banana say to the apple? Nothing, because apples and bananas can't talk.
Joke number 8 from Hope Rose in Grade 2. What is a vampire's favourite fruit? A nectarine.
Our final joke, number 9 from Jamie in Grade 2. What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A dinosaur.
There are the jokes for this week. We will now invite you to vote on your favourite joke. The voting site link is shown below and you can vote right up to 9 a.m. next Thursday.
Next week we will be presenting jokes submitted by Grade 6 students. If you would like to submit a joke for next week, the link to submit this to is shown below. All jokes need to be submitted by 9 a.m. next Thursday.
Both links are also listed in Assembly Jokes topic found in all year level music classrooms.
See you all next week for the next episode of
My Joke Rules.
Hi everybody. Wow, what can I say? Ocean and Tate, you are absolute legends in Mr. Taylor's eyes. What fantastic videos. Let's share them now with everybody so that we can see how you have been home learning heroes this week.
Hi guys, it's Tate here from Grade 6 and I'm going to be explaining how my home learning's been. So this is where I do most of my work other than when I'm outside doing my PE or going for a walk if the weather is nice. Learning this year has been a lot stranger than usual, as I'm sure we all know, especially the Grade 6s, as most of us have been here since prep and we're not used to being not as social as usual. Thankfully we have hangouts and can speak through there. Hopefully we can get back to school in term 4. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all, especially my mates. Hopefully we can get back, and remember guys, staying apart keeps us all together.
This is my workspace. I just finished up doing my inquiry and schoolwork for the day. I'm going to go do what I do best in quarantine, which is play basketball. In my spare time in lockdown, I like to play basketball.
Okay, we're going to spin the wheel this week with Prep C, 1C, 2C and 3C. We're very excited. Make sure you're looking for your name. Who's it going to be this week? Prep C, let's spin the wheel now. Mackenzie, congratulations. I will give you a call on Monday morning. We can't wait to see all the exciting things you're doing at home. 1C, let's spin it now. Lola, look out for a phone call from Miss Burkle on Monday. Let's spin it now for 2C. Ooh, who's it going to be? I can see all those names up there. It's Ava W. Can't wait to give you a call on Monday. And one more, we've got 3C. who is today's lucky home hero going to be? And it's Olivia. So look out for a little phone call from Miss Burkle on Monday. And as for Ocean and Tate, there'll be a little letter in the mail for you to say thank you for all your hard work. Keep up all the fantastic work. You really are all exceptional. And we cannot wait to see what you've got to share with us this week. Bye, guys.
Okay, last week I was in the staff room and I was having a bit of a conversation with some of the staff members, and we were actually discussing a few of those staff members on the back of Mr. Tranter's interview on how many staff members actually went to our school, and I think we came up with 4 in that conversation. That then led to an interesting conversation about how when I was in primary school, I loved hearing about my teachers and where they went to primary school and when they grew up from being a baby all the way through. So we've come up with an interesting segment that we're going to call Me in 3. The first person I'm going to interview is actually a current Rosebud Primary School teacher, but a student from Rosebud Primary School as well. So welcome, Miss Boyd. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Very excited.
Now, I just want to tell you how we've decided to run this segment. So it is called Me in 3, and the reason it's called Me in 3 is because on my left-hand knee here, I've got a timer. It's going to run for 3 minutes as soon as I start, and on my right-hand side here, I have got some quick-fire questions for you.
Right.
And it's going to run for 3 minutes. Once we run out of time, we're out of time, whatever question we get up to. So
right.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Me in 3.
Okay.
The clock has started.
Right.
Okay, where were you born?
Frankston.
Where did you grow up?
In Chelsea Heights, and then we moved to Rye.
Nice. Which primary school did you go to?
Well, I started at Chelsea Heights, then I moved to Rosebud
So
Primary
you
School.
saw the light and you came to Rosebud.
Yes,
Fantastic. Favourite teacher?
Oh, I'm going to say Mr. Fisher. I idolised him. He was my PE teacher.
He will like that, and you may be up for promotion on the back of that too. Childhood memory?
Oh, camping in Ocean Grove over the Christmas holidays.
Oh, good spot, right by the beach.
Beautiful.
Did you have a nickname?
Mel.
Mel?
My parents would call me Toots.
Toots, okay, and I know we call you Boydie here
Boydie.
too. Pets?
Everyone knows about my puggies, Daisy and Onslow. They're our family pet though, and then we recently got Basil the Kelpie this year.
Oh, wow, you got a few in the house then.
Well, we just have Basil in the house. The puggies are with my mum and dad still.
Right, okay, so sharing the load. Favourite holiday?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm going to say Italy, I love, and Nepal. It's also beautiful.
Oh, wow, that Nepal is good. Next holiday, I know being in the pandemic, have you started thinking about
please.
that?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Hopefully the prom, Wilson's prom.
Oh, that's nice. Nice and local too. And you probably, if we get into stage 3, you may be able to do that. Would you choose the beach, the snow, or the outback?
Do love all 3, but I'm going to go with the beach.
The beach, fantastic. Favourite TV show?
Oh, Faulty Towers.
Oh, that's very different. I like it though.
Yeah.
Old reruns?
Yep, I love it. Love it.
Okay. Most famous person you have met?
Oh, last year I met a whole heap of pro surfers in France at the Quicksilver Pro. I was pretty starstruck.
You would have been too, because I know you do like your surfing. Favourite sports team?
Saints, St Kilda.
Oh yeah, another tick for Mr. Fisher. Movie or book?
Book.
Favourite takeaway?
Pizza.
Favourite colour?
Blue.
Savoury or sweet?
Sweet treats.
Your karaoke song?
Oh, Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain.
Wow, there you go. I'll have to remember that one. Favourite sport?
Gymnastics.
Favourite song?
Maybe Shake It Off by T Swift.
Oh, like that one. Funniest teacher in our school?
Ooh, Miss Tricky. And hopefully she wins the joke battle this week.
Oh, fingers crossed. Favourite car? Or current car?
Holden Astra.
Dream car?
Holden Astra.
Whoa. Got it, Tori.
Yeah, got it.
Well done, achieved. Now, we're running out of time. I can see 15 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you for being the first person on our new segment. Okay, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'm going to hand over you to finish us off.
All right, well, that's me in 3. Thank you.
Last week we had our first little history segment on Rosebud Primary School, a little mosquito fleet who were our state champion cricket team back in the 30s, coached by Bill Ponsford. Today I want to show you something really special. Mr. Fisher just loves this. This document started in 1884 when the school was first opened. And when we open it and have a look inside, it's really old, but it has some beautiful writing in it, and it's called copper plate writing. And don't tell anybody, but Mr. Fisher's old enough because I learnt to write like that. And it's a beautiful way of writing. But when the kids came to school, the principal used to have to write everybody's name and the date they started school in this particular register. And we've got these registers that go right up to about the year 1990, around about that time, because then we went on to computers. But they are beautiful, beautiful books. And they showed so many of the different occupations of the people. And this is really interesting. Farmer, fisherman, storekeeper, fisherman, lots of fishermen. They were all fishermen. And right down here, Henrietta Simpson, her dad, H.J. Simpson, was the lighthouse keeper. Unreal. A hotel keeper, that's probably pretty important. Some of the mums and dads would love that one. A few more farmers and lots more fishermen. The school used to be over across the road where the community centre is now, where the old library was. Now, Mr. B, I brought him in specially because some of the first entries in this book are Daniel Busher, a Lewis Busher, an Arthur Busher, and an Annie Busher. And they're number 4, 5, 6 and 7 in the first ever Rosebud Primary School book, Mr. Busher. Did you know of them as your relatives?
Yes. So there were 2 more children, and the eldest one was in the Southern Peninsula, we understand, she was the first non-Indigenous child born down here.
Wow.
Yes.
Very good. And you've got a photo of where, is it your great-grandfather, do you think?
This is my grandfather's grandfather.
Grandfather, so it'd be great-great-grandfather, isn't it?
Yes.
My goodness me.
Yes. So 1863,
yeah.
And he came from Boston, Massachusetts. He was an American sailor, and he left the ship in Melbourne and then found himself a girl to marry, and that's where the beginning of that family came from, and they relocated down here to Rosebud because it was deep water at Rosebud, and in that time it was actually known as Banksia before Rosebud was called Rosebud.
Yeah, Banksia Point or just Banksia?
Just Banksia.
Just Banksia.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah, even when I was a kid, Mr. Busher, there used to be, just not far from that hut, there used to be an old jetty, and you'd remember that too, but you used to be able to dive off that old jetty, and it was actually where the grass is now,
yes,
was all water, wasn't it?
And in those years, when they first built that, you could go and be in 12 to 14 feet of water at the end of the jetty. And I actually have old photograph of all of the men in the village where they had built a beautiful, but huge, like this had a depth that was, probably about 14 feet high, and they were pushing into the water just down there at the old jetty.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing time. So your family started way back here, and you went to this school at some stage too?
In 1968.
1968?
Yes.
Unreal.
My mum and dad, my auntie, 2 aunties and uncle. My mum and dad met here at Rosebud. When my dad finished school at 14, his first day, because my family were not only fishermen but carpenters in the area as well. So my grandfather was a carpenter, and then my 2 uncles and my dad, my uncle, went on to become the family business of carpenters in the area as well. Dad's first job was putting the extension on the old school.
The old school,
yeah.
Fantastic. So next week we're going to have a chat about this old school building down here, and that's going to segue into something pretty special, Mr. B,
Fantastic.
because Mr. Fisher's just had the word that we've just signed off on the master plan for our new building. So next week, I hope to be able to show you the plans for the new building, and I might get Mr. B back again next week, and Steve, who's doing a bit of history, our historian at the moment, to talk about the old building, and that's going to be great because we'll be able to see the old building and how it's going to sit with all our beautiful new buildings that are going to start very soon. So, Mr. B, we can't actually have a shake of hands, but that was fantastic, I tell you. It's amazing to have that history, you know, in Rosebud and be part of you, isn't it?
For me, such an extraordinary thing to think that through my life that I would actually end up working here, and that it would be that I would have this family cultural connection, and that the old school building is going to be preserved. To me, I think is just marvellous, and there would be so many people that are locals that have gone to the school that would just be really, really happy, really celebrating that fact. So that's really good news. That's great news.
It is. It's exciting.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fisher just feels so privileged to be able to touch the same book that the principal in 1884 wrote in.
now we've got to write the number sentence, okay?
Blueberries are toothpicked. Butter isn't toothpick, but it makes it look yummy. There is Lego under the pancakes.
Emma.
10. Y. 0.
Family went to
One day, Mr. Houston was old. He went to the shops, but when he got there, he couldn't remember what to buy.
Okay, we've just put the bicarb into the balloon. Now we're going to put it over the top.
6 times 8 went on a date. When they came back, they were 48. And that's how I know that 6 times 8 or 8 times 6 is 48.
Yay!
Paper planes are a fun way to get used to experimentation, accepting failure, and trying again. Depending on the aerodynamic design, paper airplanes can fly fairly far and glide through the air with ease. Physics can come in handy when designing the craft, as various forces can easily affect the distance and length of the flight. The current Guinness Book of World Record for the furthest paper aircraft flight is 69.14 meters. There are various different designs which each cause the plane to fly differently. For instance, planes which are longer and balanced will fly longer, but those that are shorter and heavier in the front will barely fly at all. An airplane that has balance of lift, thrust, gravity, and drag will fly longer, whereas a plane that with little or no balance will have shorter flights or may possibly nosedive straight to the floor.
One, two, bigger jump. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good evening. I'm Nell Stevenson reporting to you live from Rosebud, Victoria. It's Thursday the 20th of August and this is 21 News reporting today's live news. I have Oliver Cole reporting live from Hyden, Australia. He is interviewing renowned expert Ebony Cashin. Over to you, Ollie.
Thanks, Noel. I'm here with Emily Cashin. Now, Emily, what's so special about this place?
Well, this place was formed 2.7 billion years ago, and it stands at 15 metres and made out of granite, and no surfing allowed on this way.
That's all from me now. Back over to you, Noah.
Thanks, Oliver. I have another reporter reporting live from Rosebud. She says she's a thrill seeker. We'll see how this goes. Over to you, Johnny.
Thanks, Noah. I'm here with Molly Stevenson, who is a thrill seeker. Now, Molly, why are you a thrill seeker?
Well, Noah, I'm a thrill seeker because doing all these things gives you so much adrenaline and, well, you get to see some amazing views.
That's all from us. Back to you, Noah.
That's it.
Back soon. Well, there's just one more exciting thing we need to tell you. There are laws about food. Over to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Noel. I'm here with Brett Cole. He made some of the laws about food. So, Brett, tell me about you and what law you made.
Do you know I created the craziest law ever? I made it so you're not allowed to eat an orange in a bathtub in America.
That's all from me now. Back over to you, Noah. Thanks, Jamie. That's also all from me. See you tomorrow on Channel 21.
Grade 6s are doing bottle flipping this week. Check it out.
I take a breath, I'm not gonna lose. This is what I came here to do. I walk that wire and I take that step. Won't look down, got no regrets. Won't look down, got no regrets. I was made for this. I was made for this. Born in the wild, formed in the fire, built for the battle. I was made for this. I was made for this. Mind over matter, silence the doubters. I have the power. I was made for this. I don't give up. I won't back down. Goodbye worries, no time to doubt. I feel the power, I won't be afraid. Fear won't stop me, I don't break. I was made for this. I was made for this. Born in the wild, formed in the fire, built for the battle. I was made for this. I was made for this. Mind over matter, silence the doubters. I have the power. I was made for this. I'm a soul on a wire. That's where I feel alive. Open up the skies. I'm a soul on a wire. That's where I feel alive. Open up the skies. I am free to fly. I was made for this. I was made for this. Born in the wild, formed in the fire, built for the battle. I was made for this. I was made for this. Mind over matter, silence the doubters. I have the power. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
G'day, everybody. Mr. Smithett here, reporting live for Rosebud Primary School and the sports news team. We've got a very special interview today. We've got a very special guest. We've got Travis from grade 3. Travis, you there?
Yep, there I am.
You are. Thanks for joining us. Looking very dapper today, Travis. Nice and dressed up for the occasion.
Yep, definitely. Always prepared for something like this.
Right. That's the words from a superstar. We're going to get it first straight into this interview. We've got a few things we want to cover with Trav this week. First of all, Trav, I noticed a bit of a scarf in the background there. I'm not sure that was part of the requirement of today's interview but you wanted to bring that along.
Yeah. It's just showing the best team in the world.
Oh, and they took care of business on the weekend, actually, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, definitely.
Against my team.
Yeah.
So,
They did. That game.
what's that?
don't think you're too happy about that game.
Oh, no, well, I wasn't. But thanks for bringing it back up with me again. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. All right, mate, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the interview, do you have any fun facts about yourself that maybe people wouldn't know?
Well, I can roost a lot of balls over trees, and that's probably the main thing that people don't know about me. I am very active. People know a lot of that about me. I'm very active, so I love going outside. It's just my best thing I can do. If it's nice and sunny or raining, I'll be outside. I just love it.
Rain, hail, or shine, you heard it first here, everybody. I know you also love a celebration, Trav. I know you love a celebration. Can you imagine it's the fourth quarter of a grand final and you've just kicked the goal from the boundary to put the Saints in front? What are we seeing? What's the crowd seeing?
All right, probably point and stretch. Oh, point stretch.
A bit of a Usain Bolt throwback, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Now let's get into it. Let's while we're here, let's talk about your grid games, your PE grid games. I'm just going to read a few statistics out here, which I reckon you'd be all about statistics. You like a few stats?
Yeah, definitely. Love it. Especially
All
after
right.
a great game of football.
Say that again.
Especially after a great game of football. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, mate. I like it. So at the moment, you're on a bit of a world record pace. You've played 52 grid games since we started remote learning this term. You're on 174 points and you nearly clocked up 80 kilometres. How's this all happening, Trav? How are these big numbers coming about?
Well, I'm at least playing at least 5 games a day. I'll build new Ninja Warriors courses a day. I'll play football at least 3 times a day. I'll go in, grab a quick drink, and I'm out playing again. Love doing that AFL challenge. It's great for me. It's good exercise. Especially got a big backyard playing. Perfect for everything. I can put the Ninja Warrior course back there. I can do it in the front yard. If I can go on my scooter, if I can't go on it, I'll probably go for a walk. I love going outside. It's my best thing to do, especially walking my dog, going my bike. I just love going outside. It's just my best thing that I can do, especially when I've had a bit too much time on screen time. I'll go outside. So I really like going outside.
What a brilliant answer, buddy, and so good to hear that you sound like you know the real benefits of spending so much time outside. And that probably leads me into my next question. Do you have any expert advice, I suppose, because you've got so many points in grid games? Do you have anything else you'd like to tell any other boys and girls about doing some grid games and how that might help them?
Yeah, definitely. So just believe in yourself. Don't give up. Just go outside. If you're after a school lesson, it's just the best thing that you can do, especially in these type of times. If you have a bike, go on your bike. It's just great to do. You just get all active bit. It's just real good to do.
Awesome, mate. Can I ask you another question? With your other schoolwork, do you feel like doing a few grid games in between your other classwork? Does that help you when you come back to the screen to get your work done?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when we have a screen-free break, I'll go outside. Yeah, it definitely helps me a bit, especially between those 2 times, just getting a break from the device and all that.
And having a bit of fun, especially with some of those celebrations. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, 52 games, 174 points, 78 kilometres. You are setting a world record pace in the PE logbook at the moment.
Yeah.
We're nearly at a wrap up. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we head off?
Yeah, definitely. Just got to play the best song in the world that everyone probably wants to hear.
Oh, mate. Well, and it's still going. Well, on that note, Trav, it's been a pleasure. Keep cracking away at those grid games and at your schoolwork. And I hope the Saints do go a long way in the finals this year for you, but I really appreciate your time, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
and you have a bit of a celebration for us to finish off with?
Yeah. Oh.
All righty. There we go. The man himself, 52 games, 174 points, nearly 80 kilometres. See you, Trav.
See ya. Thanks for my time.
Righto, champions, we got one more special little surprise for you in Mr. Fisher's Sings. Now, Robbie, what have we got here? Oh, goodness me. Two of our beautiful little baby ducks. Sorry, little guy. Say hello to everybody. So, Rob, when were they born? Just the other day? Yeah, very good. So they're brand new little baby ducks, and they are the cutest, softest little things you've ever seen. They are unbelievable. So probably when you get back to school, they'll all be grown, but I'm sure Robbie might be able to organise some more for us. What do you reckon, Rob?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't they?
Between crows.
Okay, folks, we've had another cracking assembly. It's just so good, champions. It's such a nice thing to be able to see all that work and all those things and to have a great laugh at the joke off. Remember, whether you're home or whether you're at school, Mr. Fisher has two rules: be kind and be nice. And make sure especially you are to mum and dad, because they're just doing a super job. So have a wonderful week. Before we'll have... all of a sudden I'll be waking up and it'll be next Friday again. I'll be down here with the wonderful Mr. Taylor doing it all again. Can't wait to see you in real life. Have a great week.
We don't stand so close in supermarket aisles. We gotta keep our masks on just for a little while. And if it's safe to stay at home, then just stay at home. We gotta all grow up and do whatever helps us move along. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about all of us together. It's what we need to do. But we don't need to hug or kiss someone hello. You can share the love and get it on much later on. And if you think this craziness will all be over soon, we got a long, long way to go. So it's what we need to do. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about all of us together. It's what we need to do. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about all of us together. It's what we need to do. It's about all of us together. It's what we need to do. It's about all of us together. It's what we need to do.